Welcome back, tribe. I have one here from Filipina P. She tagged us in the 4B movement. Have women gone insane in the West? Yeah.
Hi, folks. The Filipina P here. I've been watching this 4B movement for quite some time now, like a fly on the wall. But you know me, I just have to weigh in. Western women are having another one of their temper tantrums, so let's see what it's all about this time. So for those of us that don't already know, what exactly is the 4B movement?
I'm so glad you asked. The 4B movement is a movement.
Why are you even talking? I haven't even seen this video. It starts from 33 seconds in. We got a chick that clearly bones other chicks. Why are gay people talking about straight people's relationship issues? I'm over it, bro. 30 seconds. I'm over it. I can't wait. Me and my girl are going to Thailand. It's going to be great. We have a one-way trip. Going to stay there probably the full 90 days. Get out of the European winter. Going to have some mushroom drinks on the beach and crabby all over the place. And just get massages by tiny Asian ladies with small hands and incredible technique. It's going to be great. And I'm going to film it all and take you on a journey. And we're just going to live life relaxing in some warm weather with coconuts and monkeys, maybe ride an elephant or two. And not look at this fucking shit. Get out of the West. Guys, there's guys in the private community that are coming back or going to Thailand. Their lives changed completely. Others in the Philippines. We had one dude that stopped dating because he was so distraught at the dating market, what was available, the cave trolls, the hobgoblins, and the land whales with 30 little mini goblins around them. And he just swore off dating. Goes to Thailand, is smashing a bunch of Thai chicks, having a great time. He's getting matches on dating apps now. He goes on dates. They thank him. He's appreciated. It's like Digital Nomad says, go where you're appreciated. That's it. But this is insane.
In South Korea right now, where the misogyny and sexism is so bad that South Korean women have decided to opt out of dealing with men entirely. They are not dating men. They are not marrying men. They are not having children with men. They're not even sleeping with men anymore.
Neither
and it's
are
called
you.
the 4B movement because the Korean words for those four things all start with the letter B. The movement officially got its name in 2019, and it's just been going ever since. It's so successful, in fact,
that they will be no more as a nation, and North Korea could just waltz in and take over for free. Zero resistance. Population collapse imminent. That's how successful these toads are. Imagine that, bro. We are so spoiled living in a highly advanced nation that literally went from mud huts to a technological marvel in the span of like one generation, has now produced the most entitled women that the world could possibly have, where they are actively having a hand in their own population collapse. All the Korean dudes should just, Korean dudes are already down bad also because half of them look like women. I mean, they're pumping out some crazy shit. All that K-pop stuff, they look like chicks. It's bad all around. And they have mandatory military service somehow, but they're still pumping out these girly men. That place needs to be studied because what the hell?
Now, South Korea has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. The number of deaths in South Korea outnumber the number of births in South Korea. And it's hilarious because all the men and the government are like, oh my God, what do we do? They don't want to like talk to us. They don't want to date us. What do we do? Like everything's in shambles. We don't know what to do. When South Korean women have been very clear from day one, they're like, hey, either you get your act together or we are literally eliminating all of this. Like we are shutting it down.
So you think it's a hilarious success when a country's birth rate crashes, which actually started in South Korea in 2002, long before this movement started. And you think that by shaving your heads, you'll get people to take you seriously? And yet that's exactly what women across the country are doing, shaving themselves bald as a way of protesting something. So what seems to be the issue now?
Right. I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see what happens. I've given up on America. Yeah, I've also given up on coloring this hair, having my hair be long, I'm luxurious, being skinny, being hot, being all of
You're not skinny. You're not hot. Your hair is not luxurious. You're graying. You're old. You're not any of the things you're claiming to be. And we don't need to see you doing this shit live on the internet for adoration and support. Just shave your fucking head and be gone with it already. God, bro, they're so bored. They just want attention. Look at me, vomit diarrhea on the screen. While I shave my hair, you see, queens, I'm one of you. Wow, support, flood my DMs. I'm so strong, so brave. Meanwhile, she's like flicking her clit with the fucking Vibrator 9000 with tears running down her eyes. Like, I have a man that really loves me. I'm sick of this shit.
the things that the patriarchy wants us to be.
Fuck, bro?
Ah, so that's the problem. You're tired of looking hot and having long, luxurious hair and
The Clit Buster 5000 just punching that bean until there's nothing left. And then by the time, even if she gets a real man, she's so numb she can't feel anything anymore. Jesus Christ, with the Snaketron 8000 twin-headed dragon rearranging those guts. Still, mascara rolling down their eyes at night. And just let you feel the warmth of a man. Hugs their pillows to sleep. It's a joke, dude. It's a joke. These people are mentally ill.
it's the patriarchy's fault. So the way to fix things is to be ugly? Well, I think you can put the scissors down right now because it's already mission accomplished.
Here we go. Here we go. We're cutting it off because you, that's why. You think I'm
Mental
crazy?
illness.
Too crazy. Now women are going to have to just refuse to participate. Sorry, if you're a man, I will not be responding to you. If you are a man, I will not be talking to you.
Somehow I don't think they'll mind very much. You don't seem like a very approachable person anyway.
Women, stop dating men. Stop having sex with men. Stop talking to men. Divorce your husbands. Leave them. And I promise you, come over to this side. I will bake cookies. I will shave your head if you want me to, depending on how this turns out.
This is
Well,
mental
given
illness.
how that turned out, I think I'll pass on cookies and Chrome Dome. But I still don't see the problem. Why are you women doing this?
Do not get it twisted, my fellow American men.
Wait, you're an American man.
Why are they always old?
I'm really confused.
Why are they all so old? Have you noticed that? Where are the young hot chicks doing this? Have you guys caught on? I haven't seen this, but are they all going to be old? I'm curious.
But I agree about not getting it twisted. You guys say it's really painful.
It's not like Korean ideas.
You should be a grandma. Why are you even talking about this shit? You're not supposed to be in the dating pool. You should be babysitting your grandkids and like fucking green thumbing it in a little micro garden in your backyard. What are you doing on the internet? Grandma, get off. Be mature for your age. Jesus.
Came over here.
I cannot picture my grandma, bro, on TikTok just talking a whole bunch of word salad bullshit like this. It'd be embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed if my mother or grandmother gets on TikTok to say some dumb shit like this. Like, where's the shame anymore? Can you imagine being the daughters or sons of this woman and going like, Jesus Christ, Mom, can you please delete your account? My friends are all playing your clips, making fun of me. So I'm getting bullied to death. This is ridiculous.
And convinced women to stop dating. Stop getting
Oh, I forgot. They're childless with no man. There's no kids to be shamed about. Yeah.
married, stop having sex, and stop having children with y'all. It's always outside influences with you fellas, right? It's always like our friends who told us to get a divorce, or it's some trend that we saw on Instagram or whatever. And
Or like shaving your heads, or all of you making TikTok videos. No, women never follow trends on social media.
no, you did it. You men. You convinced us all that we are good, that we don't need you, and we're fine.
You see the face? This is terminal internet disease. This is where you live in the fantasy world 24/7 and you haven't touched grass in ages. There it is. Look at the look. It's the soulless with the wrinkles and bags under their eyes and that dead smile that reveals no soul, no happiness, not content, but straight misery. Look at it. It's like it's a forced smile. We're not having sex. What are you doing? Fucking grandmas, dude, on TikTok. This shit is ridiculous.
On our own. So yeah, it was your skid marks. It was your farts. It was your lack of consideration and caring. It was your lack of hygiene in general. It was your game.
Imagine dating, like she's telling you the low value of herself by dating guys with skid marks. Congratulations, sister. You picked a man that couldn't wipe his ass. Wow. You got low standards for yourself. You couldn't even find a guy that could properly wipe his ass. What does that say about you and the amount of, or the type of men you're able to attract? Skid mark bros just busted all up in her guts and disappeared. Wow. Congrats, skid mark bros. You're catching strays from her. They're upset now.
It was your corn addictions. It was the fact that you don't listen when we talk.
Oh, sorry, what? Last thing I heard was something about skid marks, farts, and porn addiction. Who the hell did you marry?
It's the fact that you don't improve
Well, I'm wondering.
when we ask you to. It's the fact that the minute you get us, every single thing that you did to convince us to like you in the first place goes away.
Oh, you mean like when you marry a woman who pretends to enjoy BJ's until the papers are signed?
We married you. We had your kids. We fed you dinner. We kept your house.
They married you. They raised your children. They brought home the bacon. They mowed the lawn. So where are we going with this?
When you hear about American women and the 4B movement, no, it was not Asian invaders who changed our minds about men. It was men.
It was men that did what? Played games and passed gas? Sounds like a normal relationship to me. So let me get this straight. You're done with men completely and no more offspring.
We can live without the morons, okay? And if you're
See another older woman. Are you seeing this?
continuing to procreate with morons, you're just making little morons. We
No
have the
shit.
power to make morons
That chick procreated with a skid mark, bro, and made a little skid mark baby, bro. And she's upset.
go extinct.
Why, yes. Yes, you do. We might disagree on who the morons
This
are,
is-
but taking yourself out of the gene pool will definitely solve the problem.
And you out here going half on a baby with the moron that hasn't even bought you a ring or signed paperwork to commit their life to you? You need to see paperwork. You need to see funds in the bank account. You need to quit being on this fantasy and just being all
It's beautiful. Yeah. Take accountability. Make better choices until he pulls up his shirt and he's got a six pack and his jawline squared as fuck. And his name is Tyrone. And he's got an 11-inch black mamba slapping you on the head with it. Ugh! It's game over after that. All the rules, all the accountability, all these fucking little shit that they're telling you goes out the window. The bitch shield completely melts. And then it's like, yes, daddy, fill me up with all your milk. Oops, just popped out Bozo's baby. And then he disappeared on me. Man, shit. As she's collecting baby daddies like fucking Pokemon cards. This shit's crazy, bro. The women in the West have lost their fucking minds.
in la la land as a woman and just thinking that love is sex or love is attention. Love is respect. If he respects you, he will put his life on the line and sign some paperwork for you.
Okay, I actually agree. Don't spread your legs for just any guy that comes along. Try using some restraint. Haven't people been telling you that all along? So you're not rejecting all men, just men that won't put their life on the line by signing a
Uh-huh.
document that puts them at risk. Got it. So now the dating thing is back on the table?
I deleted all of my dating apps about 6 to 7 months ago. I do not go on dates with men. I
Finally, a young one, at least. Okay.
do not hook up with men. I do not even give them any attention. I had already had so many terrible experiences with dating apps. The men on those apps are just awful.
Oh, I
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that they're doing the things men have been telling them to do? This whole 4B movement is just like a giant circle back to, hey, how about you are more conservative? How about you value your body more? How about you not give attention to all these men? How about you be more selective? Be more of a conservative, traditional woman. Except they've convinced themselves to be traditional and conservative, thinking they did it all by themselves. If this isn't like the definition of stupidity and manipulation, I don't know what is. Guys just always, we're fucking winning, dude. There's no way you can look at this and not laugh. We're literally winning. They're doing literally what we've been asking them to do, and they convince themselves that they came up with the idea. Stop being a whore. We're gonna stop being whores now, but we came up with it. It's called 4B movement. Okay. Okay.
completely agree. Guys have no clue how bad those dating apps are. The women there are all just peaches. They're so honest and they never insult the guys or try to get the money out of them or play with their hearts.
Whatever.
It's only the men that are the problem.
When I'm at the club with my friends, and yes, I still go
Red
to
flag.
the club.
Of course you do.
Contrary to popular belief, women go to clubs to have fun, not to find men.
Oh, please. Give me a break. Women go to clubs to get validation and attention from men. They don't go for the loud music and overpriced liquor. If you want to get away from men, the club is about the last place to go.
This one
Yeah.
time I went to a bar with my friend
Uh-huh.
and the manager asked for my number and then I said no. Don't make it weird. I came here for a drink. I came here to chill with my friend. Don't do this. Men need to stop feeling so comfortable.
Stop feeling so comfortable? You're at a bar. Where do you think people go to meet the opposite sex? How's the guy supposed to know you're one of those 4B weirdos? Why don't you identify yourself by shaving your head? But I bet you won't
That's
be
a good
doing
idea.
that, will you? Okay, we got it.
Idea.
No men allowed under any circumstances.
If there's a man who meets my criteria, then I will consider dating him.
She sounds Australian, which is a femme shithole. Probably one of the worst in the world, so I feel for you. Down under, bros. Rip Steve Irwin, one of the greatest to ever do it from the land down under. Absolute legend. If he could see what his country has become today, I think he'd move his entire conservation zoo. So, somewhere else.
Oh, I see. If he's not good looking enough, he's an annoying creep. But if it gives you the tingles, then you might date him. But how does the guy know unless he approaches you? So you're no longer dating men unless you like him. But that doesn't sound any different than before. Are any of you actually sticking to the 4B rules?
Hey guys, at some point I just realized that it's
God.
really difficult and confusing and frustrating trying to converse with men, especially men
What's the toll for this cave?
of an age where they will.
The bridge has a toll. What the fuck, man? I'm over it. Look, I haven't had my coffee again because I'm trying to give up caffeine and it's got me fucking jittery. Okay? I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't. This stuff doesn't even feel like the real world anymore. Living in the Balkans for as long as I have here in Romania. It's like, is this a TV show? And then I remember, no, this is actually real. This is America. This is the truth. This is what the West looks like. You cannot believe the differences until you leave yourself. It's insane, dude. It's insane. My girl looks at these girls and she's in shock. There's a video I played the other day where a chick was working overtime and she told her husband that she can't afford to pay the mortgage. And the guy looked like he had a destiny bill, just scrawny as fuck, disgusting. And he's like, well, didn't you just do the budget last week? I think we talked about this. And he's like eating his little fucking whatever he's eating, his bug sandwich. And she's like, I think I need you to go back to work and help out. And he's like, what? What? Get back to work? I mean, can't you just do more overtime? And my woman was shocked that that's what girls put up with, some of these kinds of men. So I'm not surprised, dude, that we're in the state we're in. When you look at what the average man looks like today and what the average woman looks like today, no wonder there's a disconnect. Men are trending more feminine and women are trending more masculine. You don't notice how bad it is until you leave the West. Yeah. Whew. Tree fitty. That's how much it's going to cost to make it under the bridge.
Copulate.
So 12 years old and up.
I have
Tree fit.
decided that there's just too much drama and too much going on, and men just cause too much drama and they don't listen and they gaslight and they're like, no, you have emotions. You have emotions too. You just don't realize it.
Wait a sec. Men are causing drama, but it's the women shaving their heads. As for not showing emotion, maybe that's because when they do, you think they're weak and don't respect them.
So call it 4B, call it what you want. I just don't see dating anybody in my future when 50% of the people I could pick off the street that would be interested in me would be aligning with bigotry and
there we
anti-science
go.
rhetoric. And then additionally, it's like men are going
We got a turbo cancer candidate right here. Anti-science rhetoric likes Trump. You can't make this shit up, dude.
to start lying about liking Trump now is their thing. I don't want to even be in that situation ever. Like, don't put me in a situation where a man could be lying about Trump.
No, somehow the election is the reason you won't talk to men? Well, I hate to tell you, but anyone could be lying about anything. So I guess that takes you out of the dating pool forever. I'm sure guys are crying themselves to sleep. But everyone's got a right to their preferences. At least you're not being nasty about it just because you don't like the way they voted.
So you want to get back at your dad for voting for
Oh,
Donald Trump,
God.
do you, pumpkin? I have a great idea. Show up to Thanksgiving with a shaved head and see what happens. Other dad-mad options would include getting a tattoo on your face or your neck or even your hands, maybe.
Don't send your young, beautiful daughters, innocent and unspoiled by liberal degeneracy, into these colleges because this is how they come home. With tattoos, with psychological damage, brainwashed into ideologies, thinking that they're bucking the trend or somehow sticking it to the man, which is their own father, the person that raised them, gave them safety and security, then sends them off to college to lose your seed completely to the mind virus that is leftism. Don't. Homeschooling has never been more important. Our elite institutions have been taken over. Sorry, guys. It's unfortunate. Unless you've got an egghead for a kid that's going into hard sciences, this is probably what's going to happen to her.
Ooh, or a facial piercing. That'll really set him off.
Well, isn't that nice? Ruin your body to hurt your own father. So what good is that supposed to do? Make some kind of positive change in the world? Or just something a spoiled little brat would do? I'm certainly glad you won't be having any kids, because one of them might turn out like you, and you're disgusting. So what do the guys think about all this? Surely they've got some words of wisdom.
The most wild thing to me about the 4B movement is the outpouring of women who are realizing how much of a good idea it is, and the outpouring of men who are like, they can do that? I know it's a fairly recent thing, man, but yeah, women can get their own homes, live their own lives, and do basically...
She ain't gonna fuck you, bro. Look at this guy. This guy's the epitome of calm down. Ted, she ain't gonna fuck you. Look at him.
everything that
Look, he's got those bug sandwich eyes. Like in another life, he was reincarnated as a fucking, what do you look like, a caterpillar or something? Look at him. He's got that fly eyes. Before a gecko came and ate his ass. And then we got to get tortured because he got put on Earth as a human being. Look at him. Look at him. He's even got a little fucking piercing here. Of course he does. Of course he does. Father in the house probably was never present. Overbearing feminine mother? Yeah, totally. Look at him.
they want to without centering men around their life.
You know what the wildest thing to me is?
Unreal.
That you think men don't already know that women can do that. Where have you been? Oh, I know. You've been off at school getting your mind polluted.
You would think that some of you would see
Oh,
this
yeah.
as a step towards getting rid of the patriarchy. Men might have to start doing insane things in order to attract women, like having a personality.
Hey, you want a glass of... Oh, sorry. I think you've had enough Kool-Aid. So is there anything else we don't know about the 4B movement?
It is iconic.
Another one. Look.
Iconic. And I believe there was another movement that I'm remembering, like in this moment, of maybe a Northern European country where the women were so upset that none of them went to work for like a few days and like their economy was like collapsing.
No, the economy didn't collapse. It actually ran perfectly fine. And the men were laughing that women could all go home. They're not needed. That was in Iceland.
Can you imagine what would happen if men didn't show up for work? No electricity, no water, no products getting shipped. You have no clue, do you?
But I think about that for us.
Oh no, the HR department is taking a few days off. Oh my God. Karen doesn't have to yell at my ear for why I made a comment saying Kelly looked great in those shoes today. What are we going to do without useless mid-management breathing down our necks? Oh no, the DEI hires are all gone. We can finally get some work done. Thank you. Great.
Us, like imagine we're 51% of our country's population in the United States. Imagine if all of us just stopped purchasing things for one day.
That'd
We
be
didn't
great.
purchase any-
That would be amazing, actually, because most of the debt is fueled by your peoples. Women hold the most debt in the United States, and men are the ones always bailing you out. Men are the net producers, the net contributors to society. Women aren't. They just balloon the debt. Look it up. It's all in the statistics. You could see for yourself. Women are the main consumers and main debtors.
anything on our credit cards, on our debit cards, the economy would literally dismantle itself.
Well, no. I can't imagine women lasting a single day without buying anything. But once again, what's your point? Work the economy to prove you can? Yep, that's female logic, all right. Okay, so let me get this all straight. Women are once again angry because men like to fart while playing video games and feeding their porn addiction.
It has
And
skin
women
on
don't
it.
want to have anything to do with them unless they're cute enough or want to get married. And if you don't like the way they voted, you have to shave your head and tattoo your face to be mean to your dad? Okay, got it. We done here?
I'd like to propose an amendment to the 4B movement.
Oh, for God's sake, what now?
And that amendment will state that there will be no going back and forth with men in our comments on social media. Men like this, their sole purpose in life is to harvest energy from women. And if they can't harvest your energy through labor, through having their kids, through having relations with them and relationships with them, they're going to be harvesting your energy via your emotions. Protect your
gaslighting
energy
me?
because they're coming for it.
Those bastards. Now they're coming for your energy. Well, then you should be happy about the election. He wants to make you energy independent. But I still think you ladies don't understand how misguided the movement is. You're actually harming other women.
This so-called 4B movement going on in the States at the moment is actually beyond disrespectful to women. I'll say this, you are allowed to not be happy with the results of the American election, but going online, shaving your heads so that way men will have nothing to do with you, their words, by the way, is so beyond disrespectful and rude to women who have alopecia and are going through chemo treatment at the moment. I can't even begin to put into words. Not just that, do any of these women who are doing this realize actually how privileged they are in life? Claiming you have no rights or you're losing your right.
This is why they'll never win. It's the snake eating its own tail. There's always a victim more victimized than they are. Always. You can't shave your heads. Do you know there's people with alopecia? The fact that you can grow hair is a privilege. You can't make this up, bro. These people have never had a hard day in their entire lives. This is the Starbucks generation where they complain. If the avocado toast didn't have an extra slice of avocado, their day is immeasurably ruined. Oh my God, man. Jesus.
While you set up your phone, most likely your iPhone, which will be costing at least $1,000, in a tripod, making sure you get the perfect lighting, to then get a shaver or some scissors or whatever, film yourself shaving or chopping off all your hair, and then posting it on social media to prove a point. And claiming to have no rights, I'm sorry, it's an absolute mockery. I've always said I'm a feminist, but a traditional feminist, but I just want equal rights. This new wave of feminism to me is absolute bullshit. I'm sorry. This has really ticked me off. Because I just feel so sorry for any woman who has alopecia or going through cancer treatment or anything else, any other reason why she just doesn't have her hair. And you have all these other women saying, I'm doing this so that way men will have nothing to do with me. They'll hate the way I look. They think I'm disgusting. You don't realize how disrespectful you're being to actual women? Saying you don't have any rights. There are actual countries in this world where women really have no rights. The legal age of consent in Iraq is being lowered to 9. In Afghanistan, women aren't even allowed to speak in public, have no access to education,
Do something about
aren't allowed to show their faces, their hair.
I'm glad she's bringing it up. Yes, they lowered the age to 9 and whatever. Shithole. And women can't go to school in another shithole. Go pick up a gun and go force change. Go get all your girlies together. Go put on some fucking armor-plated vest. Go get in Humvees and tanks and go fucking stop them if you care so much. No one is stopping you. Form your own brigades, your own army and your navy, and go give them hell, sis. Go liberate women around the world. Let's see. I would gladly support you. Yes, go out there, sis. Get out there in the desert. Show them who's boss. I would love to see that.
Or anything. Not a choice. They're not allowed. They can't drive. Literally have no rights at all. All because you disagree with what the majority of Americans had voted for. This is what you do, claiming you have no rights. As I said, you are entitled to not like the election results. No one's going to say you're not. But the amount of privilege coming from the videos on TikTok with these women doing it is just frankly disgusting. That's that they're saying you have no rights. Really?
Well, I totally agree. But these don't seem like the kind of women who give a crap about society, their parents, or pretty much anyone but themselves. So what do you expect? Now let's hear what Candace Owens has to say, and then I'll tell you what I think.
What are we to make of the 4B movement? Are we supposed to ridicule these women, or do we choose compassion? That's kind of the big question that people are grappling with. I think these people should be ridiculed, and I believe that these people should be condemned. And I'm going to tell you why. It is because compassion is the reason that we are in this circumstance. This is what nobody wants to tell you, okay?
Yep, I told you. The slippery slope, dude. The whole, it's okay. Do what you want. As long as it doesn't affect me. I'm over that shit. I'm over the slippery slope. I'm over the accepting and the compassion and all that. It's bullshit. No more. This is why society has backslid into the degeneracy that it has, because we keep moving the line further and further back, letting them cross each time and not holding ground. This is what happens. Enough of this shit. We tried your way. For the last 60 years, we've been trying your way and it's been getting worse. At one point, we got to say enough is enough. We're going back to the old ways or some form of the old ways because this new shit ain't working. We have imminent population collapse. We have wars going on all over the world. They're expanding to multiple nations. There are riots, civil wars happening. Governments are being toppled. People are starving to death. There's famines in other parts of the world. Cost of living has increased dramatically. People can't afford shit all over the world. Our governments are mismanaging almost everything. And that's part and parcel the main issue with all of this. It's underpinned by economic woes. That's why people are losing their minds. How can you derive any form of happiness and be content with your life when you can't even afford the basic necessities to survive. And then you have a longing need, because we're social animals, to have a wife or a husband, to make children, to lead your own family, to leave a legacy behind, to have a stable environment in the home where you feel safe and secure, that you can live your life with dignity. That's what we all want, but we can't afford it anymore, because you will owe nothing and you will be happy. You will eat your buck sandwiches. They have fucking headlines that'll tell you why crickets are so healthy for you, why these fucking worms have more protein per pound than any other meat. It's bullshit. When your grandpappy was just eating steak and eggs for breakfast and he had a fucking heart of a lion, lived to ripe old age of like 100, and didn't need any medication to get around the house. He was still very active in the yard. Meanwhile, you're 30 fucking years old, pre-diabetic. You got to get shots and shit now, and you're on some pills because your heart will stop if you don't. How the fuck did we get here? Do people not wonder, like, damn, who's leading us? Because these toads are going in the wrong direction. Our lives are getting measurably worse. Come on, man. Over it already. Stand your fucking ground. Guard your principles, and don't back up for nobody. Look just what happened in the last 10 years with the rainbow community. How much people were backing down until everybody had enough, and now the general support has evaporated. They're pushing that shit down our throats. We had to accept every demand constantly until people had enough, dude. And I think the world, at least in the West, is starting to have enough. That's why we're voting more populist, more right-wing, because the left fucked up. This comment said, men stopped dating, women got upset. Now women are trying to say they're the ones not dating. Probably. Anyways, thoughts on this episode? This is from Filipina P. Links will be in the description below. Might actually go to the Philippines after Thailand. Who knows? Might be out there for like 6 months then. I don't know. We'll see, dude. Sign up to the second channel, guys, if you haven't. Join us in the private community for some calls. Shout outs to everybody that's been doing the private consults. Love you guys. Been a blessing to talk to you. Some very interesting individuals, to say the least. Actually, surprisingly shocked at how, we'll say, unique is the right way to say it. Some of you are. You would be surprised, guys. I'm surprised by the people that watch this channel. Having conversations with men that are earning hundreds of millions of dollars is crazy, to say the least. So shout outs to the last guy, Mr. ex-CEO of a bank, doing this thing overseas. Oh, and the crypto bro. Won't say your name out loud, but yeah. He was an early Bitcoin adopter. Also a multimillionaire. Probably 100 millions. Both of them. Easily. Pretty cool. Anywho, looking forward to more of those conversations. And everybody else, take care of yourselves. Stop wasting time dating women in the West. It literally makes no sense. Commit everything to yourself. Fix yourself as much as you can. Align your mind, body, and spirit. Find your purpose in life, your path. Work on your body physically. Get as strong as you can. Read books. Clear out your mental from all the degenerate shit. And when you go overseas, I promise you, you go to like Thailand, you go to the Philippines, you go to parts of the Balkans, wherever has the type of woman you like, Kenya, wherever, it doesn't matter, dude. Whatever your preference for women is, going to the conservative parts of the world, if you took care of yourself, you will absolutely find your dream woman. I guarantee that one. Remember, the asterisk is if you take care of yourself. You try to go over there with skid marks, corn toes, and, beer bellies, don't fucking complain to me. Women are women. They still want an attractive man. But in other parts of the world, they'll value you for more than just your wallet. So, anywho, take care, everybody.